Okay, so now we're talking about the global or the world gold standard, and there's in this subtopic we got three different sections, and we're going to start now with this first section of how the worldwide gold standard started. So at a high level, the world started off with this metal coinage, and then we put metal inside of safes and vaults, and then we backed that metal with paper receipts, and then that led to paper receipts backed only by gold. That was the gold standard. And in this step here, it's important to note that this step was largely driven by the Bank of England, by the business people within England that drove this transition. And we need to start first with the problems that this system had using the two metals that drove the solution to those problems. And to do this, we start with our mock economy. So here we have the business people, they have their ties on. We have all the regular people, and the two metals here and the receipts, they are the foundation for this economy. And in this economy, we had physical gold and silver, and we also had paper money or paper receipts backed by gold and silver. And the problem you'd run into with the two metals is that you would get these shortages of both the metals and the paper, and this would happen for a number of reasons. Individuals would hoard it; they would keep it in a safe place in their house, or these business people would send it overseas. They would export it in the name of international trade and conducting their business. And if you look at shortages from an economic point of view, shortage means that the supply is decreasing. The supply curve is shifting left, and that's going to it's going to push the price up for both gold and silver. So then on top of this, gold and silver have different reactions when the price gets pushed up. Gold's harder to get than silver is, so the price can go up a lot faster with silver. So now you would have these large fluctuations between the price of the two of these, and this fluctuation was a problem because for the business person, it led to unpredictability. So business person trying to forecast business plans years out, trying to trade with other regions of the world that had different fluctuations going on. It was really hard to do this planning. And then even for the day-to-day transactions, they became more difficult to manage. And all of these problems, this is very counter to what money needs to be. The idea of money is that it makes exchange very convenient. The better the money is, that you won't even notice that you're doing an exchange. And then to have a society-wide money, the whole idea is that you've got this convenience. And with a two-metal system, the problem was it was not convenient. And so we have these business people, and again, this is we're talking mostly in England. They're the ones that started driving a solution for this, and it's hard to say exactly when this started, but they started off with gold, silver, paper receipts, and then over time they converged to using just one metal. And there were a few reasons why gold pulled ahead for them. One is that relative to silver, gold was much more price stable, and then also gold had a higher value density in business individuals. They would usually be dealing with larger transactions, so gold was easier for them to manage. And then even for the regular people, gold could still support the day-to-day transactions because the paper receipts that were issued could be divisible into helpful denominations. And so all of this was in the name of making money just more convenient, easier to use. And then related to this, and certainly not hurting, is the gold guinea was the gold that was minted in England starting in the mid 17th century. And this was a very well-made coin. It was very highly regarded. A lot of people liked this gold coin. And then contrasting that with around this same time frame, the silver coins, or silver coming from the mines into the coinage, they were having problems with quality. So the guinea was a great coin. And then, and oddly enough, Isaac Newton now comes into the scene. Very famous scientist turned public servant. And a long story, he had a very small part in this, but he made a small adjustment to the price of a gold guinea in shillings, and this price is what would remain. This price remained the same for 200 years. This was the backbone of the gold standard, and this is incredible. And he is given his decision is considered to be the official start of the gold standard. And the gold standard started in 1717, but really the height of the gold standard is considered to be during this period, and here's what I found. It was during this period that we had all the major nations, or all the major industrialized nations of the world had joined the gold standard. And this may sound harsh, but there's also some truth to this. Is nations, they did not necessarily join purely on a voluntary basis. So starting in the 18th century, England was gaining more and more world power. There was a defeat of Napoleon at Waterloo. After this, Europe was divided. England focused on the seas and their navy, and essentially took control of all the oceans after 1815. And this, combined with the highly trusted Bank of England, put England in tight control over all international trade. And if you were another country and you wanted to trade internationally, which a lot of other countries did, you had to go. I mean, England was the one setting the rules on this, and the Bank of England was the one who was going to give you access to this. And England you would need to use their gold-backed notes, and you would need to use their gold-backed monetary system. So, in conclusion, it was the business entities in England who started driving a solution to the problems that were inherent to the two-metal monetary system, and they arrived at the gold standard in 1717. Then England went on to dominate international trade and the finance behind that trade, and then England had the gold standard, and the rest of the world nations seeking to trade internationally also followed suit.